Gina is the new head of household, but could the Pringles Party change the course of the game? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 8 Political Bait. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 8 Political Bait. It's day 37 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Gina is the head of household, possibly giving the NDP safety for the week. We're going to find out about that shortly. Who will she nominate for eviction? We'll find out tomorrow, and what will happen in the Pringles Party? We'll find out shortly. But first, Gina, unlike the last two Wednesdays, I was not swamped at work today, and I worked really, really hard to try and get you your HOH bedroom ready. And the people who I asked were very, very slow to respond. And then when they did, they said they need time because apparently making a 30 to 45 second video takes time. So I will hopefully have your HOH bedroom ready tomorrow. So I apologize because it's supposed to happen on Thursdays, but I've had some bad luck this season and some scheduling and conflicts. But it's coming. Don't worry. Okay. First announcement that's pretty important. Oh, actually, I will say, Gina, reminder: you must privately nominate. You must privately message me your two nominees with the reason why by 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. So Brooke was evicted yesterday, and that means that the two Canadians have been evicted, Ken and Brooke, which means this season, for the second season in a row, an American will win Big Brother Cheesecake. Now, this is the time that I'm going to remind everybody that even though there's 10 Americans left, this is still a Canadian org, I'm still Canadian, and that you are playing for 800 Canadian dollars. You paid an American fee, there was a Canadian and American, you paid American, so you paid slightly less. And you are the prize, which was predetermined. This has always been the case. The prize has always been $800 Canadian. So basically, you can buy yourself like a McHappy Meal at McDonald's or maybe a McFlurry. Oh, speaking of which, Cadbury Cream Egg McFlurries are coming back for March, or for Easter rather, in March. I love Cadbury Cream Egg McFlurries. They're the absolute best. And Joanne will likely have a recipe with a Cadbury Cream Egg McFlurry at some point because we just love Cadbury Cream Egg McFlurries. So $800 Canadian. It is. Michael won $700 last season, and I think he got with the PayPal conversion. I think he got like $515, I believe. You'll have to confirm that, Michael. So I'm guessing you're going to get about between $550 to $575. That is still a very good prize. That is still much higher than most orgs. So that is nothing to poo-poo about. And a reminder, if you come in second place, you get 100 Canadian, which is about $65 to $70. So it's still good. But I know some of you, I think, are going to be pissed when you hear that. But yeah, every cast prior to this, except for maybe season 7, has been overwhelmingly Canadian. But as Nicole will probably joke around and say, I kind of ran out, like the tap of Canadian orgers and people that I could coerce to play just ran out. There's only so many times you can say minimal participation required before people talk and realize that's not the case. So I ran out of Canadians. Nicole says, how small is Canada? It's pretty small. So 33 people applied, and I think the majority of those were Americans. And yeah, I probably asked about 150 Canadian friends on Facebook, and they all said no. And there were a couple that said yes and then dropped out. So some of the 33 were Canadian and then dropped out. But yeah, I had 14 Americans and 2 Canadians. So an American will win. And I do apologize, yes, you're getting 800 Canadian dollars. But I don't think anybody after 85 days is going to be upset that their prize is in Canadian. Michael certainly wasn't. He was thrilled. I think I asked him what he did with the money. I think he went that paid for his flight to LA to fuck his fiance or his boyfriend or his whatever. Anyway, okay. So remember how 2 days ago I said Callum is finally happy with the new boyfriend and I'm very happy for him, and that I would fly across the pond and, get a pit bull to, eat his danglers if, his boyfriend did anything. Well, Callum posted on Facebook today that this new boyfriend guy or old boyfriend guy doesn't want to commit. So, you know what? Let's all hop on a plane and let's go feast on his danglers because this is bumfuckery. Like, serious, and not the good kind. This is just, like, outrageous. And I'm very sorry to hear this, Callum. And believe me, as somebody who's 33 and has never had a boyfriend, I am very much used to this. I hate when guys say all the right things. They say what you know you want to hear so that you continue the relationship. But then when it comes time to actually nail down, we're exclusive, we're going to be boyfriends, we have a future, we're going to move in together, there's the path towards, the future, then they get cold feet, and it's so annoying. I think I talked about Donnie, not the Donnie who played in season 2, but to make a long story short, my first date with Donnie was amazing. We went out for sushi, I think, and just hung out, Netflix and chilled. We watched Grace and Frankie. And it went really, really well. And we had a total of 9 dates. And each date, I thought we were heading in the right direction. And then when I was about to go on a cruise with Tiffany, we actually went to Texas. We went to San Antonio, to the Riverwalk, and Dallas, and Houston, and Austin. I can't believe I forgot Austin. And then we took a cruise from Galveston down to the Caribbean. Before that cruise, I'm like, I'm going to be away for 2 weeks. Like, can we nail down the fact that we're exclusive? Because, I want to know if I have the option of sucking cock on the ship. And he was like, I don't know if we're there yet. It's been 9 dates. I just want the title boyfriend. That's all. I don't want a key to your place. I don't want to move in together. I don't want to get a cat together. I don't want to do anything like, the super crazy people do when they get into relationships, like the what's it called? I forgot. Married at first sight. Like, I don't want to go down that path. TLC, this, that, and the other. 90-day fiance. I don't want any of that. I just want the title boyfriend. And and he said no. And so I kind of know what you're going through, Callum, and I'm very, very, very sorry. Okay. Let's do the key to the city next. So Alex has the key to the city, and each week from now until he uses it, or until it's mathematically impossible and I have to dissolve Parliament, he has the option to dissolve Parliament and end the political party's twist. And Alex has decided not to dissolve Parliament, which means, congratulations, Dustin and Zachy, you are officially safe for the week as NDPs, and it also means you have clinched a spot in jury. So the 3 NDPs, Gina, Dustin, and Zachy, are now guaranteed a spot on at least the jury. And House guests, this is the last week before jury. If you survive this week, you will at the very least be voting for the winner of Big Brother Cheesecake 8, or be in the final 2 chairs pleading your case for the $800 Canadian cash prize. But yeah, so I think Alex actually made the right decision. When I put this twist in preseason, I assumed that if the person with the key was in the party that won head of household, that they would leave the parties in place because you're safe. Why would you risk that? And that if any other party got head of household, that they would dissolve Parliament in hopes that, the head of household would nominate their own party. But I think Alex made the right decision because I highly, highly doubt that if he dissolved Parliament, that Gina would have nominated Dustin or Zachy. I'm going to say 90% that she wasn't going to do that. So really, why not keep the parties together? And if you survive, and next week Jonathan or Penny in the Bloc Québécois happen to win HOH, then you're safe too. So I actually think Alex made the right decision, much to Curtis and Nick's chagrin, because Curtis and Nick in season 4, when we had the department twist with the 4 Dunder Mifflin departments, they were pissed because that twist went all the way, I think, until the final 6, because it was always mathematically possible, and they both hated it. And Curtis was very vocal about it too. As I'm sure Curtis now is very upset with Alex and is giving you the finger, Alex, all the way from South Africa. In season 2 with the Harry Potter houses, that one ended a bit earlier because there were a few powers in play, and statistically, mathematically, I had to end it. But for now, the political parties are still in play. The NDPs are in power for the 3rd week in a row. And also the Conservatives have never won power. So, whoops. But Sean did tell everyone the Conservatives were the best party in the main chat today. So that was pretty funny. Okay, so for Gina's prize of winning head of household, she gets to choose one of the Monopoly color sets that are still remaining on the board. Orange will be bequeathed by Brooke to somebody on Extra Whip on Saturday. Light blue is owned by Dustin. Yellow is owned by Dustin. And green is owned by Alex. So available was purple, pink, red, and dark blue. And Gina chose red. So Owen will be very happy because he's been very angry in the alumni chat that red hasn't gone out to anybody because he says that's the best. That's actually the first. Owen is actually the first person I know who purposely thinks the red is the best. A lot of people make the case for orange, yellow, green, and dark blue, but don't hear a lot of red fans. But mind you, Owen loves a meatball sub from Firehouse Subs, and they are red. So there is a card that says go to Illinois Avenue, so that makes sense too, right? A 1 in 16 chance you're going to get that card if you land on chance. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, Gina has the red properties. She also got to add a slip to the Pringles Party lottery, which this week is pretty important because we only have her only options were Davey, Alex, Penny, and Sean, none of whom are in her party. Davey had 2 slips, Alex 1, Penny 2, Sean 2. She gave the extra slip to Sean, which means Sean now has 3 slips. And a 37.5% chance of being drawn. Davey and Penny have 2, a 25% chance, and Alex just has 1 out of 8, or a 12.5% chance. So they are all here. You can see there's all 8. You believe me, right? Well, we'll just quickly. There's Penny's. There's Davey's. They're all here. There's Alex's. Oh, wow, the originals all ended up here. Sean. That's Sean given by Gina. That is Sean given by Dustin. This is Davey given by Dustin. And this is Penny given by Becky. Okay, last thing before we get to the Pringles Party, there's only 5 cans remaining, and all 5 cans contain something good. So yes, all 4 of you obviously submitted, and one of you is about to win something good. So, is everybody ready? Then let's get to the Pringles Party! This is so exciting! Okay, here we go. 8 slips, 3 Sean, 2 Davey, 2 Penny, 1 Alex. What will happen? I'm so excited. I'm so excited right now. Okay, and I did not see any of them. We are going to go with this one, which is Penny, and this was the one that you bartered with Curtis and Dustin for in Becky's birthday surprise, which nobody showed up for, so you can congratulate yourself for getting the slip. I didn't think those 6 little things, those were like decoys for the real head of household, but sure enough, that slip ended up being important. So, Penny has obviously decided yes. I would hope so. Can you imagine? I don't want one. And Penny has decided on ketchup. And I can tell you now, Davey is going to be livid because Davey has been picking ketchup since week 2, nonstop. I think he picked sour cream and onion first, and then he switched to ketchup. And Davey's been on this for 5 weeks in a row now? And in the end, Penny, who I don't think ever picked ketchup, no, you never picked, you had salt and vinegar, but you never picked ketchup. So, Penny, you're about to get something good, and you're about to make Davey very angry. So first we know it's going to taste good. I find it interesting, do Americans still not have ketchup-flavored chips? I always find that weird because Americans have everything when it comes to food, and we don't. Like, you have Olive Garden, you have Dunkin' Donuts, you have more flavors of cereals and chips and stuff like that, and chocolate. Even Lindt chocolate, there's more flavors down there. But ketchup chips you don't have, apparently. Okay, is everybody ready? I'm excited. Why am I doing this wrong? Hold on, okay. Subtle, but flavorful. And tangy almost. I need to have another one, actually. I don't mind if I do. Yes. Absolutely. So that is indeed, as we know, good! So sorry, Davey. Your bad luck. You've had a lot of bad luck this season. It's going to continue. Penny, you're about to get something good. Davey, you're going to hate me right now. I'm so sorry for this. Penny, you have clinched your party ticket. What does this mean? Well, the primaries were a very difficult time for the four parties. They each had to decide who would be the presidential candidate. And you have clinched the Bloc Québécois ticket, which means you have punched your way to the presidential election. And it means you have clinched a spot in jury. It means you cannot be evicted until jury, which in this case is next week. So, Davey, if you got this at any point in the last 4 weeks, you would have been guaranteed jury, and the whole drama you went through the last 2 weeks would have never happened. Fun fact, Corey got this in Season 6 the week before jury, and didn't even need it because he was safe enough that week. Jimbo got this in Season 2, also on the last week before jury. The only person who's really capitalized this and gone, like, the distance was Rai Rai, who in Season 4 got this in Week 3 and managed to bypass 4 weeks. Do I have that right? Yeah, he bypassed 4 weeks to get to jury and then was good. Whoops! But yeah, so congratulations, Penny. You are safe this week. You are now, in addition to Zachy, Gina, and Dustin, you have guaranteed yourself a spot on the jury. Well done. So, with that said, who will Gina nominate for eviction? Find out tomorrow, and we will pick players for the Golden Power Veto competition. Saturday is Extra Whip, where Brooke will sit down with Corey, Michael, Rhonda, Joanne, and myself to dish the dirt. Sunday is the Golden Power Veto competition. Monday, the Golden Power Veto ceremony. Tuesday, the final 2 nominees will plead their case. And Wednesday is the next live eviction and head of household competition, where another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 8 house, get impeached from Congress, and lose their shot at the $800 Canadian cash prize. I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Take care, and remember, if you can't convince them, confuse them. Good night.